Today we're going to talk about Weezly and like growth machine, and the topic that we are going to talk about is the future of outreach with video and scheduling. Super exciting topic. And in this, the talkers are me, Brice, and Neil, and I can just start with the short introduction. My name is Mensur. I'm the founder, CEO of Weezly. Been doing quite a few startups. Weezly is the last one, and it was never meant to be a startup, but we made a very good product, which a lot of people have required, and especially now with the outreach. And yeah, it's been exciting, over 20 something years in IT industries. So yeah, long background in IT. That's a little bit short about me. Please.
Thanks. So yeah, I'm the CEO of Lagos Machine. Maybe some of you knows what we do. We are a sales automation platform. We automate LinkedIn, email, and Twitter. As a background, exactly as Mensur mentioned, I created a few companies before, and a growth agency where we did a lot of outbound, and Lagos Machine has been created inside that agency. We've basically built what we needed to have for our clients. And before that, I used to work for Microsoft in charge of Xbox.com. That's it.
Cool.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you. Neil.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm co-founder and leader, and we're a marketing agency, pretty much specialized in personalized videos. We've been pretty much doing, outbound campaigns, personalized videos for about 2 years now. Previously, we're doing it in a quite, a poor way of doing it. We were manually making about 1,800 videos a day across our clients. And then slowly, we were quite first movers in the space. And as the tech sort of caught up, we've started to move into more automated solutions, and we use Weezly. That's been, blown my mind the past 2 months, really. And we were building a SaaS that almost we put in the bin to partner with Mensur and Weezly. And then we've been using LGM for about a year now. And they both sort of fit in, and all of our clients really have personalized videos, and they fit in on email and LinkedIn. So both tools sort of working perfectly together.
Cool. Awesome. And for those who don't know what a growth machine is, please, can you explain what it does and how it's working?
Well, Lagos Machine, as I mentioned, lets you automate LinkedIn, email, and Twitter. Most of our users are doing LinkedIn and email. A little bit, some users, mostly in the US, use Twitter or X. I should call it X. But yeah, one of the key strengths we have is that we are very safe. We have a very low number of LinkedIn accounts being banned. I'm sure if you already heard about LinkedIn automation, that you've heard people talking about bans. We do a lot of stuff to avoid that. That's our key focus. And we also innovate on the market. We've been the first to introduce the ability to send voice messages on LinkedIn. You can, since for a few weeks now, you can identify lookalike companies that match your ICPs, or people who replied positively to your outbound campaigns, and tons of stuff about that. Our key vision is that we should be able to do outbound in an almost automatic way and still get more than 10-15% replies. We do our best to do this.
I think you created a fantastic product. I used it many years ago, and it has developed quite a lot since. It's it's been quite developed. So well done to all of you at the Growth Machine with everything you created. And quickly to jump into Weezly. Weezly actually started with as a scheduling tool, alternative to Calendly, and then we added a small piece of video, which I thought, but what if we have a screen recording? So it's also alternative to Loom. And then I was trying to sell this tool. So what we did, we combined these videos together with scheduling, so you can record a video and send it together with scheduling, so people can book meeting. And then when I wanted to send these video and record, I realized it took quite a long time to create these videos. So we developed automated, personalized AI sales videos where you can record one video and generate tens of thousands of these videos. And one of the challenges that were there because was, okay, how do we send these videos? And we had the opportunity then to create something where we directly integrate our solution into La Growth Machine, so you can actually create these videos and send them. And we will talk about soon the benefits of this and why we've done it, and yeah, what you will gain by using the platform. So yeah, Weezly is a tool that creates automated personalized sales videos together with scheduling, and very exciting year ahead of us in terms of where we are heading next. A lot of focus on LinkedIn. That's all I can say for now. All right, so now we will jump to a very interesting topic, because there's a lot of change in terms of prospecting, the outreach, especially I think from my side, the last year has been quite a big change in terms of prospecting and reaching out to leads. So it will be great to take a few minutes to discuss what are the challenges with prospecting today. So
maybe.
Yeah, you are working a lot in this area.
Yeah, so it's definitely changed over the last year, specifically in the last 6 months as well. There was a lot of deliverability changes. So previously, success of campaigns was through the roof because you could typically send the video, let's say, on your first email. And because they're personalized, so it might be a website or a LinkedIn, if you got an email that is of your LinkedIn, you're going to click on that video and you get a lot of goodwill from that. And almost you've got a minute to get your point across. It could be selling, it could be getting awareness, it could be just creating value with a prospect. Over the last 6 months, that's changed, where if you do that, you're going to land in the spam filters. And if you land in the spam filters, all that hard work has gone to waste. So a lot has changed, where you have to send almost a first email, which is text, and then into a video on the second. Now, LinkedIn has been pretty almost overall a great channel. The only problem with LinkedIn is a lot of people do it manually, and there's LinkedIn limits with connections. So it's around 400, but I might be wrong there, Bryce, depending on, SSI.
A little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more, but I'll complete this. I'll add more to this.
Yeah, so people are doing it manually, and the problem there is that it almost gets forgotten about. Like, you might send 10 requests and do 10 videos, but you're not doing the scale that's needed to succeed. So it's almost as though you need to have a combination of email, where you can get scale out, but be aware of deliverability and getting the right content out. And then LinkedIn is just because it's so visual and it's a platform which everyone can see each other and they can see history, they can trust you. The only downside to LinkedIn is the volumes are a lot lower. So it's like on the outbound channels, we are definitely looking at more omni-channel approaches here, because there's pros and cons of both.
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I totally agree with you about deliverability, not only for sending videos, but globally. Anyone doing email outbound, I've seen his open rate, his reply rate dropping significantly since the change. Let's say probably August, July, when Google and Yahoo started blocking more aggressively outbound emails. There are solutions to this, but it's probably not a good sign for email in general. Focusing, that's my opinion, maybe some may think differently, but to me, focusing exclusively on email is complex today. We should open the outbound to more than just one channel. And you mentioned it, LinkedIn is one of the most obvious for anyone willing to prospect B2B customers. As an example, LinkedIn outbound gets you approximately, in terms of median for us, for our clients, more than 18% replies. When you compare this to email replies, it's between 2 and 6% replies. So if you consider both multi-channel, sending an email, and if you don't get a reply, send a LinkedIn message, for example, most of your replies would come from LinkedIn. Doesn't mean that you should stop sending emails. You should continue, but maybe you should do the opposite. Start on LinkedIn and send emails to the people that don't reply to you or who don't accept your LinkedIn request or other triggers like this. Now, something that Neil mentioned as a problem on LinkedIn for outbound is the volume. You basically need to be very slow on LinkedIn. The 3-4 key stats that you should have in mind is approximately 150 contact requests per week, approximately 50 profile views per day, and approximately the same 50-60 direct message on LinkedIn per day. That's for a regular, legit LinkedIn account. If you create a dedicated account, exactly in the same way than when you create a new inbox, you need to warm it up. You will also have to warm your account on LinkedIn to reach that level. So when you start, divide everything I said by 4 minimum, 4 or 5. Last, consider that few tips on LinkedIn. Because of the challenge that we face, there are a few tips. One, sending a voice message gives you more replies. 2, liking a post before sending a contact request will increase your acceptance rate by approximately 10 points, moving from 30% in average to 40% in average. Okay, but you do this because we need to get out, not get out. Everybody is doing outbound today. You need to be visible and be different. And so the third way to get results is to send video. Exactly what Neil said, what Mensure does for many years now. Sending video, personalized video works also really, really well.
Yeah, and I can agree. And few challenges I've been talking as well in terms of prospecting and outreach today is unfortunately a lot of people have started to do outreach and they are just sending a lot of emails which are not personalized. So I guess everybody in here have got an email where someone is offering something, and that has created a flood of emails where people are starting to feel hesitant to get emails, right? And what's very important is when you're reaching out to clients today is really to be on point and solve, reach out to the client, identify a problem, and come up with a solution. So I think the challenges that have come up is, first of all, this thing with delivery. It's been harder and harder, and the second part is more people are doing it, so it's extremely hard to get through the buzz. And that's why it's even more important to be very personalized when you're reaching out to client in order, just to get through this buzz. So interesting times, few months back or last year, 6 months, and really interesting ahead of us. Where is this all going? So yeah, I will continue to share my screen. I think very good topic. And then maybe if we jump to the topic, why multi-channel outreach with video is the future. And Neil, you have been also involved a lot of with video here. So from your point of view, and also Brice, why is this potentially a future, is the future for outreach with video?
Yeah, so video, I think we were speaking about this earlier, weren't we?
Yeah.
For video, if we just take other marketing channels, maybe not outbound, but we take ads or something, or billboards, I think the average attention span that people pay attention to something is about 3 seconds nowadays. So you don't get, that's just normal. So if you put content out there on LinkedIn, people usually, you know, might look at it for 3 seconds, they'll move on. Where outbound becomes pretty good is if you get the right messaging to the right person, and video is a great way to do this, you can get a minute of someone's time. Personalization is very important there, and this is where Weezly's just our go-to, because you get the goodwill from a LinkedIn or a website, and people genuinely believe that you've made that video for them, even though it's sort of systemized. But if you there's not many other channels in which you can get a minute of someone's time and get your points across, to almost take that message wherever you want. Now, what we're doing at the moment is combining email and LinkedIn. So Bryce, you mentioned it. If you can almost have many touch points on a prospect, you're going to get better results. So it might be you send an original email with the video, and someone might watch that, but you know, they might watch 10 seconds of that. If you have something in which you can definitely automate these sort of things based on conditions. We use a lot of Clay to filter this data. But based off conditions, you could have a LinkedIn connection or LinkedIn like, followed by a voice note going, I saw you gave my video a 20-second watch. I guess it didn't catch your attention, or was there anything, or you know, have you got a full minute to watch the whole thing? I put it together for you. So instead of email just being a text, send one text and follow-ups and, you know, not much there, you can really start building clever campaigns which almost resonate more with people, and you just capture more attention. So that's the way we're using almost like omni-channel and multiple touch points. Video is always our go-to conversion point because of the time frame and the ability to get that minute of time. The main questions that we always talk about is then what do you show on the video, and like what do you say on voice notes, etc. A lot of people ask us that, and that's where the skill comes in. But you know, the starting point is actually getting the strategies and LGM just from like the campaigns that you see. They're almost templated that you can use them, which is really useful.
Yeah, cool. Peace. What do you think?
I completely agree with what Neil explained.
Yeah.
I'd like to know. I don't know if there's a vote here, but I'd like to know how many people prospects on LinkedIn, and if they use AI. To me, AI is also something that will create a complexity, and will because everybody can use AI to prospect.
Yeah.
It will be easier and easier to create personalized campaign. And so to be seen, to get out of the noise, you need to do something meaningful to your prospect. You to propose something meaningful to a prospect. And when you send a video, I'd like to have an example of what you send in video, Neil, if you can. But when you send the video, you probably propose something, a value to the lead, something that explain why you can help him doing something, but for him. And I think that's also one of the reasons why video works. Yeah. It's because of the format. You have to change the message that you use. A lot of people are sending messages saying, I do this, blah, 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 me.
Yeah.
When you send a video, you have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons.
I fully agree. I think also I got this question. I do tons of demos all the time, and I also get this question, why video, etc. And one thing that when I got the first video from when people reach out to me with video, one thing I felt that my feeling was that, oh, this actually creates trust. I see a person behind, someone who's sending me a message. So I see a real person. And what's very important is when you reach out to a person, they see your face. They see your face when you are on the meeting. They see your face when you're actually closing the deal. So that creates the trust through the whole chain, which is very important nowadays. Also, I will talk about this very soon, but one thing that, yes, this is recorded. But one thing that is very important when you're making these videos is, you mentioned I. It's not about me. It's about the person you reach out to and trying to solve the challenges that they have. And there's a lot of techniques that needs to be involved when you're actually creating these videos and sending them to someone, because if you're sending a video which is 3 minutes long, nobody's going to listen to it. So it's a lot of different techniques which we are working, and we have good tutorials on how to create a good videos here. But yeah, very, very interesting. And if I just share my screen again, if I jump back to this one here.
May I
Yes.
just one more thing? Okay. If I had to draw a line, I would say that the ultimate combo will be using intent data to identify the right person, and then send them a personalized video explaining what you do right to solve that intent.
Yes.
But using multi-channel.
Yes.
And the combination of the three, to me, is the goal for 2025.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
Fully agree. Absolutely. And we do the same when we reach out. We do both email, we do both LinkedIn, and my LinkedIn is going 24/7 and adding people and sending videos. So I fully agree. Multi-channel is the way. And also the question why video is, I just made some stats. I hope you can see it, but we are combining some statistics, and everywhere, for example, if you have a video message compared to just text, you can get up to 12 to 20% more bookings, bigger reply rate. It's more engaging. People are more engaged if you send the video just than text. And then the response rates are going up, and also CTRs. So it simply works by combining both the text message and the video message. And yeah, I had some campaigns where I had 65% of people watching the videos, and I talked to Neil. We just did an email campaign. We had like 24% watch rate on the. So it's working really, really well. But video cannot make. It will not solve all your problems, because what's very important is also the text and the message you're writing. So this is all combined now. And if we do take a little bit the opportunities between the LGM, La Growth Machine, and what opportunities do we create together? And I think we talked a lot about these. Basically, the opening rate, the more replies, personalization. And what I would like to do, if that is okay with you, please, Neil, just to go and do a quick demo on what we have done.
Go.
Awesome.
Feel free to.
So we have integrated Weezly directly into La Growth Machine, and the only thing, in order for this to make work, you need to just install the Weezly Chrome extension. That's it. And you will see suddenly a lot of things in La Growth Machine. So if you go to the lead section, and then you go to audiences, you create one new audience, and then you import leads. And what you will see then is you will see this column, Weezly Video, and create automated video. And this is all thanks to the extension of Weezly. So once you click on this button here, Weezly will open up in La Growth Machine. And this is the video message you want to reach out to. So what's very important, what Weezly allows you here is basically record one video message, which you can reuse. So instead of you recording the same video message over and over again, you can take this video message and send it to all these leads, which are in the list, which I've selected. What's very important here to say is segmentation is the key, because what you don't want to do is send same video to 10,000 people. It's very important to segment down the leads. Who do you want to reach out to, maybe in what country they are, what city, what they're working on with, and then you should take those filters which you segmented the leads and mention them in the video message. That is very important. Number two, make sure to keep your videos short. Don't talk for 3 minutes, and then off we go. So we have great tutorials on how to do this. So once you select the video message you want to reach out to, just select next. And here we have a few options where we can create the video on. And one thing we can be on is we can be either on leads website. So basically we will take this video message and then add it on the leads website. It will look like this. Or we can create this video on leads LinkedIn. So it will look like we are actually on their LinkedIn. So, or we have something that we call multi-website, and this is absolutely one of my favorites. So if you click on the multi-website, what we can do here is start the video, for example, on leads LinkedIn. And then after a few seconds, what we can do is switch and add the website. So we jump to their website. And we can drag and drop where we like to have this switch. And I can also add a custom website, for example, Weezly.com here. So what this allows, basically, we will then, for all the leads we have in this audience on a growth machine, we will basically be on every leads LinkedIn. We will then find this leads website, and then we will switch to our website. And we have also, what I mentioned, Weezly is also a scheduling tool, so people can book meetings. So you can enable one of these booking pages. So when you create this video, send it to someone, they can actually book meeting with you straight away. And you have also, you can customize personalize the landing page. So you can select the first name here, and it will fetch the first name for each of the leads. I'm only doing this for one single video, so you can see how it's working. And now it's going to start to generate the videos in La Growth Machine. And if I refresh the page, you will see in progress. This will take maybe 40 seconds, 50 seconds to generate, because we are scraping a lot of data. And if we go back to Weezly, if I just refresh the page, you will then see the same campaign actually on Weezly website for the videos that we are generating. And now, as you can see, this audience is named Answer, and inside here, we have started to generate this video. So it's going to take just a while to do so.
You don't really care that it takes a while, because everything's automatic. So
yeah, absolutely. And what you can just leave it here. And if you have, for example, I don't know, 500 leads, 600 leads, leave it, and then it will generate and keep on going. And yeah.
I'd like to maybe Neil can talk about the use cases where I use Weezly. To me, one of the most interesting use case would be, at least for our growth machine, the onboarding. Basically, I'm onboarding my own users. With that, onboarding my own users using a personalized video is something that, to me, has tons of value. Because I create, as Mentor said earlier, I create one-on-one communication. They see my face. We start creating a connection, and it will increase my chance for my users to try the product, to test the product fully. So to me, that's one of the most interesting use cases.
Yeah, that definitely works, especially if you're a CEO or founder, because no one else is doing that. You're getting a personalized video from the founder or CEO going through a few things that you should look at. Maybe if you segment, your users based on packages as well, that just, I'm sure you just see massive increases in, maybe
engagement.
Yeah, exactly. People staying longer as well. Our main use cases are outbound. And the two things that we've sort of seen work very well are being creative on the journey, we call it. So we only will use multi-video. Processing times, I think we take the mick a little bit because we will have maybe 6 slides or 6 different websites we'll show. But we've started to be creative in terms of we want the prospect to think and have no almost doubt in their mind that the video has just been made for them. So we'll have Google Docs with screenshots and stuff. Some things we've played around with is for every lead's website or LinkedIn, we will find maybe their last LinkedIn post, have AI which will screenshot that post, and then before we create the video, almost we have created, let's say, 200 Google Docs, so that on that Google Doc it has their last post, and then going into our main message. So little things like that, you can be really clever with it, but it all comes down to 20%. Let's say I'm going to watch your video. How do you maximize that 20%? Because if they don't get there, then the video message is redundant. How do you maximize that 20%? Other things we've used Score App. I don't know if people have seen that. It's Daniel Priestley, where you can it's almost like someone will answer some quiz questions and they'll get a full tailored report at the end. So if you make that quiz something that's angled towards a key problem they want to solve, and then you give out the tailored scorings and PDF, then that's our lead magnet. It's slightly different to booking a call, but off the back of that, they get the value, and then you can re-engage them and book the call at a later stage. So there are a few ways that we've started to use the video. The key thing that you want to balance is, I think, we spoke about this earlier, that 3% of your target market is ready to buy at any moment. So you can look at the video as a way of trying to capture as much of that 3%. Bear in mind that you're not going to hit the 3% because that you just can't hit your whole target market at once. So you can look at it as though I want to capture, let's say, 0.5% of that total target market, let's say, who are ready to buy, in which you would push to book a call. Or alternatively, that 3% is dynamic. So you might want to set up a video which gives the prospect goodwill, gives them value, so that when they are ready to buy, you're the first person they go to. So 2 different ways of looking at it. So when you're setting up your campaigns, we always almost speak to our clients, and is there an immediate need to get your book calls in, or is there a more overall marketing, brand awareness, longer term strategy that you want to build in? The answers usually have a combination of both, because the creation of the videos is actually pretty, it's not massively time consuming to do multiple variations of videos.
Yeah. And I think personally, I use it when reaching out to new clients. So for example, there is now a way to find followers on LinkedIn. So you can maybe reach out to people who are following certain product, and maybe you can, that's how we do. We can reach out to those people. Another thing that I do as well is when someone signs up, I can also send onboarding. And the third thing I would actually like to show is I created this pop-up. So when someone visits Weezly.com, they can fill in their name. And what I do here directly is actually sending a personalized video by email to them. So I'm doing this all through the Weezly API and a webhook, so they can see how my product is working. Now, if you are running a SaaS and having a product, you can actually implement the same thing here and explain how your product is working with an automated video and send this to a potential client. And this is really great because they will directly understand what you are offering and how your product is working, and this can be tailor-made then for them. So it's really good user case for Weezly and how you can do it. Now we have the video here. Let me see. The first time it failed, of course it did. You know how it is when you demo something. But here's the video we generated for Breeze in this campaign, and there it is. So this video started on the Breeze LinkedIn. using the same video message, and then after a while, it can then we found the website and switch to the website. So usually, for example, when I create these videos, I say, hi, super awesome, we are connected on LinkedIn. If I'm sending this on LinkedIn, I like your experience. And then I jump over to their website, and then I'm talking about the solution. And this works really like charm. So I use this personally in sales when I want to reach out to new clients, and it's working very, very, very well. I booked a lot of meetings with this option. And so once we have created these videos, how do we send them? Very easy. If you go to campaigns, and I'm just going to go into one of these draft campaigns. Once you're in the growth machine, you can do either email or LinkedIn sequence. And what's very important is that you select the audience where you created these videos. That's absolutely by far the most important step. And once you have done that, if you go anywhere in, for example, in send message, and you want to send this video in this specific message, for example, hi, you can use different variables, first name, check out this video, for example. And you will see a Weezly icon here. So just click on this one here and you're done. That's it. So if you have an audience of 500 people and you generated 500 videos, that's how simply you are inserting a video for each of the leads in this actually campaign.
Something interesting here is that, as you can see on Mansour's screen, you just insert a link, but you're on LinkedIn. If you've already shared a link on LinkedIn, you know that there will be a preview on LinkedIn automatically generated. And so on LinkedIn, there will be the thumbnail of the video displayed together with your message. And it will be basically your call to action for your lead.
Yeah, exactly. And it might look something like this. And they will see their LinkedIn profile and custom message. So for example, so, and same thing here, you can if you don't want to send it on LinkedIn, if you want to send this in an email, just select the email and then you will see a video here. So just, you can send this video in the email message. It's working like charm, really. And the last thing we added to La Growth Machine is, if you go to the inbox, where are my conversations? I had a conversation today. It's not you, Blaze, it's me.
No, it's not me. I know it's not me.
I had a conversation.
We have a word for this in French. I'm French.
Yeah.
Well, in English, it translates to demo effect. Basically,
Yes,
if anything can go wrong, it will.
Today, I tested everything 10 times. But let me show you how it's supposed to look like. We have created a very nice page here, so you will be able to see. Basically, you will see a booking page, so you can actually directly book meetings with your leads directly in La Growth inbox. So you can send link to your booking page. And what is a booking page? Well, this is a booking page. If we go back to Weezly here, this is a booking page. So you can create these on Weezly. You can have your custom video. And basically what you can do is send the link through the inbox directly here, so people can actually book meeting with you, and you can do so with all the leads. And I'm doing this constantly, and it's really, really, really working well, because in 2 seconds, I sent the link to a lead who showed interest in what I'm offering and scheduling a meeting with them. So working just like a charm. So I'm very happy what we have achieved together with La Growth Machine and how this has been implemented. And basically you can generate videos extremely quickly directly from LGM and send them to your leads and book meetings with your leads directly, all directly from La Growth Machine. Yeah, very, very exciting. And we have also created a tutorial for this. So if you go to weezly.com/tutorials, you will be able to see native integrations like Growth Machine, and there should be a oh my god, there will be a video here today. Yes. And the last thing, we have something for our colleagues here on the webinar. If you want to try Weezly together with scheduling, just use this promo code 50 off and you will get $50 off for 3 months on Weezly. So instead of $149, the package, you will get it for $99 for 3 months, which you can use. So yeah, just use this promo code. And if you have any questions, just write to us in the chat. And now let's jump to questions and answers. Yes. Oh, we have it's difficult.
One of the thing that's really, I mean, that's exactly the summary of what Neil said, what Mensa said, probably what I tried to say. You need to be different than others that are also prospecting the same leads. When I heard Neil explaining what he did and the complexity of what he did, I'm sure it works really well. But don't forget something. You should try it manually once before doing this, because I guess you spent like more than 8 hours doing that. A lot more than 8 hours.
A lot of chat speaking to ChatGPT.
Yeah. Because you mentioned creating 200 Google Sheets. Wow. Start creating one, test on one. If it works, scale it, and Weezly and Lagos Machine will help you scale. But first, try it manually.
Yeah, absolutely. And the package you needed from our side, you need to have the growth package, because there is that integration. Does it work equally for enterprise as well? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all about the message and who you reach out to and what you offer. So it can work from any basically company. It's how you write the sales pitch and what you say in it. So it's all about your message and the video, but it works on every business.
I would say it depends on the channel they use. SMBs might use LinkedIn, might use email, probably use email. But I'm not sure. To me, I see the video as a boost on outbound in general. But outbound sometimes doesn't work on LinkedIn for certain category, especially those that are not really tech savvy, digital natives, digital in general. And email works for everybody, but we already mentioned that the reply rate are going very low. Yeah. So you need LinkedIn, but if you're targeting plumbers, maybe LinkedIn is not the right.
No. And same thing, we noticed we ran a campaign for CFOs, and it was also a little bit harder to reach to them, because most of them are just there, but not very active, because they are running in meetings all day long. So it really depends who you're targeting, but that's why I think this multi-outreach is really helping, because then you can target from 2 different ways. Yeah. What do you advise for email deliverability when using videos? First one, from my side, I send it in the second email. You did the same thing, right, Neil? When you send the videos. Yeah.
It has to be in the second email.
Yep. That's why it's important what you write in the first message in the when you're contacting the leads.
Yeah, from what we do, just some information as well. The way email is working is that Gmail is pretty much not getting into, let's say, Microsoft Outlook inboxes. and the same vice versa. So if you're sending from Outlook, it's not really landing in Gmail or G Suite inboxes, which complicates things. So a lot of the time we set up separate email infrastructure, and we will diversify it. So we'll have some G Suite email accounts, and we'll have some Outlook or it might be MailForge accounts. And there's ways in which to verify anyone you're sending to, you should be able to find out what inbox the prospect is. You can find out through the MX record. Like a lot of the verification softwares will do that, and then you just need to match up what accounts you're sending from. The reason we, for any sort of volume, are over 30 emails a day, let's say, we always will build it outside of our clients' domains, because you don't want it to affect their main domain. So if you're sending cold email and you're getting, let's say, 5% and 95% not getting replied to, then that can have an influence. You don't want your main business emails to start going to spam. So if it's strategies that you're looking to scale, then there are quite a lot of softwares out there in which you can get email infrastructure reasonably built, not too expensive, so you protect your domain. So that's just, and then video always sent on the second email.
Any more questions? Cool. And thank you very much. Brice, anything else from your side? All good.
One thing, if anyone, Neil, I'll probably get back to you to write a use case about exactly what you explained earlier. If anyone here is using Lagos Machine plus video, I'd love to create use cases about that. And so please reach out. I'll interview you and we'll do great content. Thanks. Oh yeah, last. If you want to try Lagos Machine, feel free to click the link. I've seen Candice share a link. It's an extended trial. You won't have to put your credit card or anything. You click here and you get 30 days.
Cool.
That's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining the webinar. Thank you. It was great. And if you have any questions to Weezly, go to our website. If you have any questions regarding the Growth Machine, go to the Growth Machine website. And yes, it was great to be here. And thank you very much for listening. And wish you all a very, very good day.
You too.
Take care.
Bye,
Bye everyone.
guys.
Thanks, everyone.